Welcome in, everyone, to Game 2 of the first round of the Western Conference. We're at Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. Tonight, it'll be the Minnesota Timberwolves getting set to match up with the Oklahoma City Thunder. With my partner, Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Timberwolves coming in. They were winners in Game 1. That's critical to get that first one in a 5-game series.
And the important thing to remember here is that this is not a 7-game series. We're only going 5. So you got to bring it each and every night and play like your season depends on it.
Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper off the mark. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free two.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2. Thunder with the basketball. Probing the defense. The Thunder down to 4 on the shot clock. And it's Minnesota's rebound. And count the basket.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Oh, big finish at the rim. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Here comes the screen. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Now a timeout here for the Timberwolves as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
The free throw, perfect. And the lead is up to 7. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw is good to finish off the three-point play. That slices the lead down to 4. And finishes strong.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Proud City.
Terrific vision. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Free throw is good to cap off the three-point play. And the lead is down to 3. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
Had a chance, but it's no good. Drive here, but the shot stays out. Deep 3 at the buzzer. We've reached the end of the first quarter here in game number 2. Jay and I back with more after this. This is the first round of the West Playoffs on EA Sports. Second quarter set to start. Neither team set the tone to start this one. Jay, do you expect that to change?
Well, first off, I'm going to take my analytical hat off and then put my fan hat on. This has been a blasé first quarter. Not good, not bad, right in between. Let's see how both teams come out and try to adjust themselves in the second half.
The drive right to the basket. A drive through the paint, but his shot misses. And that doesn't get the bounce. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Going to launch beyond the arc. And a putback slam. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
And finishes strong. Late heave to beat the buzzer from beyond half court. Gets it to go from long distance. A fitting capper to the end of the first half. We've reached halftime here in Game 2. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Timberwolves entered the locker room at halftime with a significant lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scores for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Game track. Field goals.
The Oklahoma City Thunder definitely wouldn't mind having their opponent's field goal percentage. Unlike them, it's been 4 shots and poor effort. It was not a great half.
Player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Oklahoma City's got it. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Nice pass to get things going.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Ah, rocking the rim.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Here comes the screen. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go.
He sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Short jumper stays out. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Well, you know what the old saying is, when you assume you make a... You know what I'm talking about. You can't fault the D too much there. I was expecting to kick out 3.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
One free throw up and good. The lead now 14. OKC ball. Surveys the floor and takes it away. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Curling inside. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
And count the basket inside.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
and scores.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Oh, errant pass as it's taken away. Thunder with the basketball. Deep two there, won't go. End to end on that one. 94 feet for the basket.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Tough mate through traffic.
Defenders had no chance on that ball.
Here comes the screen. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. And throws it down. Long key from three-quarters court. That'll do it. Third quarter complete. The Timberwolves enjoying the advantage. The Wolves with the basketballs. We start the fourth quarter, and they have done no wrong to this point. Here's a chance from long range. That no good, off the mark.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Perfect feed to set up the basket.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get a night, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Timberwolves have the basketball. Driving right to the basket. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
When the ball's in his hands, he knew what was going to happen.
It was right there.
Oh! Out there looking like Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Stuffs it down with authority.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
cruises inside for two.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Rises for the slam.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
No good. Defense catching a break there.
One of the best kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Flash into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
It's a victory for the Timberwolves. They'll take a commanding 2-0 lead into Game 3 of this 5-game series. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
The Timberwolves
Put on a show in a blowout.
They did it with blocks, and they did steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Thunder seemed to lose their edge as the game got out of hand.
And every team in this league loses.
Game trap. Field goals.
The Minnesota Timberwolves were tough to beat today considering how well they shot the ball. It's easy to frustrate your opponent when even...
Player of the game.
And what we have here are highlights worth 1,000 words. There's no question he stood out amongst the rest in today's matchup. These are the top plays of the game.